Welcome viewers, you're watching the Mortgage Busters show, and we're all about helping you pay down your mortgage down to $0 so that you've got the title of your property in your hands. Come on board the 1,000-day Mortgage Busters Challenge. We'll talk to you about that very shortly. My name's Greg and my co-host is...
I'm Adrian.
Adrian Seeker. And we're both co-hosting the show today, but I really want to talk about the 1,000-day
challenge.
Mortgage Busters Challenge. We've been swamped.
Yes.
Tell us about
Emails, phone calls.
Emails, phone calls,
No
people
letters.
wanting to bust their mortgage.
That's right.
That's right. So
rid of
do
it.
we have room left? Can people still ring in? Can
No,
I
it
encourage-
just started.
It started? Come on,
but it
come
is
along
moving
for the
along.
ride.
It is moving along.
It is moving
Yeah,
along.
yeah.
We're going to have to put a stop to it at some time. But that's okay. We'll make as much room as we can for you. Come on board the 1,000-day Mortgage Busters Challenge. Now, that all came out of a show where Chris, what's his name? Chris Bondon
Chris
from
Bondon. Yep.
Budget Works.
Works.
He came on the show. It's on YouTube. If you missed it, go onto YouTube. Check it out. He paid out his mortgage in 973 days.
Then Steve, our finance guru,
Yeah, our finance guru. What did he do?
came up with the 1,000-day challenge.
Of course.
Mortgage Busters.
Mortgage Busters Challenge. So we're challenging you to pay off your mortgage, whatever it is. If it's $300,000, that's fine. We can do it. We can work out a strategy for you. If it's $30,000, makes no difference. We'll help you do it. Let's get you there. Come on board the 1,000-day Mortgage Buster Challenge.
And it is possible.
And of course it's possible. He did it in 973, but he's a bit of a fanatic, Adrian.
Yeah.
He'd get up in the morning and his story's on YouTube if you missed the show. Anyway, today we've got a great lineup.
Another guru.
Mike Brown, one of the easiest names to say and I get tongue-tied. Mike Brown from Multicell is here. He's joining us today and he's going to tell us all about what he does. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Greg.
Mike Brown from Multicell Real Estate.
That's me.
What is that? What is Multicell?
Well, Multicell is sort of the evolution of Mike Brown Advocacy, which was a vendor advocacy company. We started back in 2004.
And I'm sure viewers have heard of Mike Brown Advocacy because I
You've
know
heard the
I had
jingle.
until I met
You've
you.
probably heard the jingle.
Well, you're on the
Mike
radio.
Brown Advocacy, a
That's
safer
it.
way to sell your home.
Well, I knew of you before I met you, so it must be working. Your advertising's working out there.
Yeah, it certainly does. And what you said about the busting your mortgage, a lot of what we do at MBA, which is short for Mike Brown Advocacy, Multicell, is that we help people with the toughest decisions to buy and sell real estate and try and get them out of debt, move them on, downsize, upsize them, and we offer them a safer way so they don't get in trouble with the odd agent. And so it's been a 10-year experiment, and it's working really well. So I think it's something that would fit in really well with the people that are viewing the program to find out how they can help themselves sell their properties or buy property in a safer environment.
So really protecting you. You know, these people that people are watching today are looking at getting a mortgage, for instance, for example, and you know they're taking out a mortgage, which is a pretty big, one of the biggest commitments you make in your lifetime, to buy something, a piece of real estate most probably, and you're saying that if you're not careful, you can get yourself into trouble.
Absolutely.
What sort of trouble?
Well, for instance, if you're looking to buy a property and you go it alone, most people haven't bought very many properties. I've helped people buy over 1,000, maybe 2,000 properties in the last 10, 12 years. And so the difference between a professional helping you buy versus yourself, you're at the mercy of the agent you're dealing with. And a lot of people go unprepared. They haven't done their homework. They have an idea. They want to buy an investment property like everyone does. But that's about it. And then they go head to head with a professional agent and expect not to be ripped off. And he might tell them there's 5 offers on the table when there's no one else. And suddenly they're in a bidding war with themselves. And they might pay $100,000 more than what the property's really worth. And so at the last moment they come running to me and we jump in sometimes too late. If they came to us beforehand, we sat down and did a bit of a survey of what they're looking for and basically call it a discovery meeting. They can come to our office, we sit down with them one-on-one, find out what their goals and objectives, and if they're trying to bust a mortgage or if they're trying to buy an investment property, whatever they're trying to achieve, we'll go through that with them and then work out a plan of action to buy the property in the area that they want to buy at the price they can afford.
Yeah, with the right terms, settlement time, all that sort of thing.
Exactly, exactly. And
And subject to finance, something very important that people don't do.
well, it'd be
They
nice.
sign up unconditionally.
Well, a lot of people think once they get mortgage approval that they just go out and buy, and they'll turn up at auction. And I've had situations as an auctioneer where I'm dealing with a buyer, we bang it down to them, it's sold, go in there, and next minute, oh, our finance broker wants us to put subject to finance on the contract.
Ah,
I'm like, hang on a sec, this is an auction, it's unconditional, you've just bought the property, mate, I hope wish you good luck with your finance. And a lot of buyers don't really have the education, or they've got the wrong information. So that's where multi-sell can help. Same when you're selling. A lot of people make the mistake. I don't know if you've sold a property before. Have you sold a property at all?
Look, Mike, to be honest with you, it was really a no-care attitude. I had to chase them all the time, and it was like they didn't care at all.
And your experience is not unique, Greg. Thousands of people keep doing it every day, and it's the definition of insanity to keep doing the same thing day after day or time after time and expect a different result.
Of course.
So with multi-sell, what we've done is we've worked out a way where we appoint you an advocate that only works for you when you sell, and again, only works for you when you buy. And that way you know they're on your side. So you employ multi-sell to help you buy a property, but you also help them to sell your property. And the unique thing about it is that we're only working for you. So you've got a trust factor involved. And it enables you to also, with multi-sell, to have, you can actually sell your own home as well through self-sell. So it's a DIY system, give you all the tools.
Can we just, I want to pick up on that. We have to go to a break, but let's pick up on the DIY factor when we come back.
Excellent.
Okay, viewers, you're watching the Mortgage Busters show with Mike Brown, and we'll be back straight after these messages. You're watching the Mortgage Busters show. If you've just joined us, we're talking to Mike Brown from Mike Brown Multi-Sell Real Estate, and he's showing us how we can sell or buy our home.
Thank you, Greg. And yeah, as we went to that break and we're talking about the different methods of multi-sell, we can offer you self-sell, which is like a DIY, do-it-yourself kit. You get the access to all the internet, realestate.com, domain.com, Real Estate View, and you can actually run your own sale with our expert professionals behind you in the administration centre looking after everything, inquiries, the whole 9 yards. But you can be your own agent. And then you can upgrade to help sell for those people who don't really want to be writing ad copy and uploading photos themselves. They can employ us to do everything a normal agent would do. The only difference is that you could run your open and...
You're open for inspection?
Yeah, you're open for inspection.
Right.
So you'd sit there with a notepad and take the name, smile and wave. You know your house better than I would. And so it's a no-brainer. We've got people up in places like Woori-Alec that are having all-day opens as well, from sort of 10 a.m. through to 3 p.m, Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, right.
So, and they've been on the market for 2.5 years with no offers. We've got 3 offers already on the table in less than 2 weeks.
Wow. Well, that says something, doesn't it?
Oh, and they're 40,000 above what they wildest dreams hope for. So,
wow, as well.
And of course, it's a cheaper way to do it.
it is a lot
By
cheaper.
far.
They can save 40% of their normal selling commission using multi-sell, especially with the help sell, because any buyer that comes through their open, through the advertising on the net, is their buyer. And so we share up to 40% of the commission back to them. So it discounts their commission considerably.
Right. I suppose in today's day and age that can be done quite easily too with the internet. You just go on there and have a look and see, and well, I like that one, I just want to have a look.
Absolutely. Well, like Adrian was talking to me about his experience in real estate years back, and you know yourself about the way that agents can manipulate things. Well, imagine if you had a vendor who's dealing with the buyers, they're going to believe what you're telling them because they're
Well, there's no salesmanship behind it.
No,
There's
it's honesty,
other-
it's truth.
Yeah, just straightforward.
And the buyers know that. They have this built
I'm sure they do.
detector that, I won't say BS detector, but yeah, you know what I mean? They know when people are telling them the truth. And when they're listening to the vendor's telling them the truth. And we just have strict rules, don't talk price. Anything else is okay, just don't talk anything that's going to end up with a bit of a conflict
Right.
or any disputation. and our professional team take care of any of those difficult questions.
And you created the system.
Absolutely, yeah. It was my engineering. I'm part engineer, part salesman,
Right.
and I thought there's got to be a safer way to buy and sell property. And it makes sense. Your most important asset, and you're trying to bust a mortgage like you guys do. Why not have a trustworthy way to actually be able to buy and sell property? Because it's your biggest asset.
Something important, I think. Explain multi-sell, because I understand it, but explain why you're so different to the others because of the multi-sell scenario.
Well, when you upgrade with multi-sell, not only can you go from do-it-yourself, self-sell to help sell, you can also upgrade to multi-sell, which means any agent can work the property. Say, for instance, when a vendor's got their home on the market, what happens is after week 4, they're getting a bit stale. All the agents will start to, as you know, Adrian, they start to target you. They target you and try to get the listing. Well, now you can say, we're with multi-sell, register your buyer, and you can earn up to 40% of the commission. So whatever the agency is, their agent rep can register their buyer, bring them through, and put an offer in directly to the vendor. And they can get 40% of our commission, no strings attached, guaranteed.
So it's more people working for you than just one person,
And
or one company,
Absolutely, Adrian, and it eliminates the manipulation because it's not one agent sort of controlling this thing and saying it's all mine.
Yeah.
And I felt there had to be a safer way, and I believe that this is the future for Australian real estate. And we're starting today in Melbourne, tomorrow's the world.
The world.
Hey,
Well, what's this brought in here, Mike? This is a project that you worked on?
Yeah, that's an example of one of our boards, and you'll see on the bottom it says multiple agents, one commission.
Yep.
That's a large development. We sold that off the plan. We sold that property with plans and permits, and it achieved about 200,000 more than they expected.
That is
Wow.
fantastic. How many units are on here?
30
So
apartments.
was someone got a couple of blocks, vacated the block,
Yep,
cleared off the block,
Yep.
and got through council, got permits to build how many? 30
apartments.
apartments.
Yep.
They got the plans and the permits,
Yep.
and then you sold that for them.
That's correct.
Wonderful. Okay.
And they made 280,000 very quickly, and we can help people too if they want to get into property investing, through Mortgage Busters. They can come and we can do an assessment for them and help them with a plan to actually make that happen.
Yeah, right.
What about
Fantastic.
auctions? Are you doing any auctions? What's
Yeah.
your feeling about auctions?
Well, auctions are okay provided you can trust the person who's handling it. And I always suggest if you're if you're doing an auction with another agency, that you would employ an independent auctioneer on the day that actually takes over.
Independent.
Independent auctioneer that comes in and runs the auction on the day. That way you've got control of the outcome and you're not going to have it pass in and then they'll turn on you and push you to actually accept any offer.
Yeah, right.
So it's always good, and you can employ me if you need me, or I've got other people that are even better that can run your auction for you on the day. And it's safe. It's a very safe way to do auctions.
So can you just reiterate this project here that I held up a moment ago?
Yep.
That was on the market for how many weeks? How many months?
It was a total of 8 weeks. 8 weeks mainly because of permits.
Right.
Just getting the Section
this guy was
32s.
trying to sell it through an agent for 8 weeks?
No, actually before that for a year and a half.
Oh, a year and a half.
Yeah.
A year and a half.
And then you
Yep.
took it over through multi-sell?
Yep.
And
Yep.
what was the
And,
result?
we sold it in 6 to 8 weeks.
In 6 to 8 weeks it was
I mean,
gone.
that-
And that's a full project, not just one little unit.
Well, you're talking about its plans and permits
And
to build.
permits for a project,
It's a
a
project
complete
to build.
project.
That's a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
interest
pretty good.
somebody's holding
Yeah.
for somebody else
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
be selling and hoping.
Well, they wanted a high price, and basically other agents had said you couldn't get that. I told them I think 1.2, and we got a lot more than that. So it was one of those scenarios which was a win-win.
Yeah, fantastic.
And,
Fantastic.
Yeah, so they're very happy, and they recommended us to a lot of people.
Wonderful. So, viewers, if you're wanting to sell your home or buy a home or any real estate activity at all, you've got a mortgage, you've gone to the length of getting a pre-approval or something like that, and you've got some money to go out and buy a property, and you want it to be a safe transaction, we encourage you to get in touch with Mike Brown from Mike Brown Multi-Sell Real Estate, and he'll hold your hand all the way through, and you can do most of it yourself, or you can pass all the hard work over to Mike. Mike, thanks for being on the show.
Thanks, Greg.
It's been an
Thanks for
absolute
coming.
pleasure
Thank
having
you
you.
for coming.
Appreciate it.
Viewers, all you need to do is go to our website. All Mike Brown's details will be there on our website. Refer to it and get yourself going. All the best. We'll see you after the break. Welcome back, viewers. You're watching the Mortgage Busters show, and we are now with Stephen Hudson, our finance
Guru.
Of course he is. Welcome back, Steve.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's good to be back. And what a great response we've had to the 1,000-day Mortgage Busters Challenge.
The 1,000-day Mortgage Busters Challenge. Are you part of this challenge? Because if you're not, you should be. Pay down your mortgage as quickly as you can in record time, and we'll show you how to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Steve, after Mike Brown, that was fantastic.
It was a great segment there that Mike put together on his multi-sell.
Multisol, I love it.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
catchy
great.
name as well.
It is. There's been some talk in the marketplace about taking money out of self-managed super fund for first home buyers. So
Yes, first home buyers, we can't forget them.
no, we can't.
Yeah.
So, today I thought we'd have a quick look at first home buyers and how you can get into the market with minimum amount and how to go about it. So
Fantastic. Yeah, well, let's hear what
Let's
you've
have a
got
look.
to
Yeah,
say.
okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go back to the trusty whiteboard.
Oh, the whiteboard. Yes, we love the whiteboard.
For this, I'm going to need my glasses to actually read off that.
Yeah, we know. We understand the glasses situation.
All right. Typically, a first home buyer is looking for a property in, say, Camberwell or Brighton. This is not for these guys here. This is for the people who we can get them into a 400,000 type purchase with
Right.
a land and construction. So what it would look like is
Well, that entitles them into the first home owners grant, doesn't it?
exactly.
Which you must build a home.
You must have a builder's contract to get a first home buyer's grant. Or
So a first home buyer wouldn't get the grant if they're going to buy an existing built property.
if there's an existing property, say it's a unit, it's called South Yarra in Davis Avenue, for $400,000, they're not going to get the first home buyer's grant.
Correct.
They'll get a stamp duty concession, which
Right.
is 40% as a
Right.
first home buyer.
Okay.
So that's that.
Okay.
So what we'll look at here is, because it's a construction, land and construction, we're saying here the land is $175,000.
And
the rest-
rising?
And rising, yes. And that's if you can get it available. So there's charges along the way here. So we've got government charges, which include stamp duty, transfer fees and so forth, which the government takes. Now that's at a first home buyer's rate. Obviously if you're not a first home buyer or you're an investor, that's going to be a slightly higher rate.
So that's the stamp duty?
That's the stamp duty,
Right.
transfers and mortgage registration. So then we have what we call low mortgage insurance, which we have spoke about previously. And that's approximately that amount there.
$9,500.
It's a lot of money.
So please explain on the LMI.
Quickly on a LMI is that banks want to look at an 80%, 20% deposit. Anything above this area here, they want to start insurance because it starts fitting into a model where a lot of loans fall over or potentially can. So they take out an insurance.
Okay, so just to clarify that 80-20, that if you, 400,000, if you didn't want to pay lender's mortgage insurance, then you'd have to have 20% of that 400, which is 80,000.
80,000, exactly.
Yeah, well,
So
that's
a lot of coin.
It's a lot of coin.
Big
yeah.
difference.
So what we're trying to do that is to get it down to about a quarter of that, okay?
So that fee of 9,500 is quite not a bad. It's a cheap entry fee, isn't
Well,
it?
it's a substantial amount, but we can put that onto a loan, and it shouldn't stop you from going in, because
Yeah.
if your properties, how much do we say properties went up last year?
10%.
10%, so
Yeah.
that's 40,000. You're paying, it's 9.5. It is a number which is, considered
Absorbable.
Absorbable, yeah.
Understood.
So other costs. We're going to run out of space here. Going to get a bigger whiteboard, guys.
Yeah, we need a bigger one. I've always said that.
So we've got other costs in there, and we're totaling up now to $415,000, 242.
And
okay?
this 2,000?
Two other costs. Remember we had Christine Welsh from Welsh Conveyancing on
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. That's to cover her costs and any other disbursements that might be associated with the land.
Sure.
These costs typically come at land settlement. Your stamp duty and that money there for
Yep.
the other costs.
Yep.
So we go to the bank and we say to the bank, we want please, can we have this amount in round figures? Now that's what I call a 94% lend. We can go to 95. I won't go into the actual mechanics of that because it can be quite confusing, but we're going to put all the loan mortgage insurance on that loan. Some lenders will allow us to do that, some won't. Okay, so you've got to include it.
Well, we just want to work with the ones that do.
Absolutely. So there we've got, whoa, let's put that back. 9.5 is the mortgage insurance. So that was the cost, but we're going to borrow that money,
Yep.
put it onto the loan.
Yep.
Now in this case here, we've got the client has $5,000 savings.
So we're assuming that the client that wants to do this has already saved up around about 5,000.
Five.
Not
So
unachievable. That's quite easy to
it's
do.
it's a nice little number. It's not a big number at all. So on top of that, we've got to contribute to funds is $10,000 for the first home buyers grant, which is called first home buyer.
Yep.
So the client in this situation, if you add all those up, is going to be $14,000. Can't see this, can we?
No, but that's okay.
We'll put that number up there. Okay.
Put it up here somewhere, yeah.
So this is the number that the client is going to be short.
14,000.
$742.
So around about 15,000.
$15,000. So in that case there, what we would be saying to the client is how long would it take you to save that amount of money? If it's 6 months, 6 months. So we'd look for a block of land that is actually titling in about 6 months' time. And we put them onto a savings plan that the client can actually save that money in that period.
You know, if someone brought this to me when I was like 20 years old or 18 years old, I would have gone for that like you wouldn't believe.
There's nothing much for a whole house.
No, I love the way you've worked backwards and said, okay, this is what we have to target, around about $15,000. We need 6 months to do it and go for it. If it takes 7 months, so be it.
And we've got budgeting works with the
That's right.
Yes.
1,000-day savings plan.
That's right.
Different to the actual 1,000-day
Challenge.
mortgage busters challenge, to put people onto this savings plan and help them get into a house straight away. You know.
Of course, of course.
In
Well, look,
comparison to 80,000, look at that.
yes, fantastic. This is
Big
doable.
difference.
Very doable. Very
Okay,
doable.
I think we need to get this onto our website.
Put that on the website.
If viewers have been watching this and you sort of think, oh yeah, I get that, but it's a bit hard to see, I can understand that. Steve's tried to do his best on the whiteboard. We'll try and emulate this on our website so you can check it out, go through it, work out the numbers yourself. Encourage your children to buy their first home, or first home viewers, the first home potential buyers that are watching now, go for this. You'll never look back, am I right?
They'll never look back. I mean, opportunity we know that houses double every 10 years or so.
Absolutely.
It's a good investment. So yeah.
All right, Steve, Adrian, we have to wind up. Another great show. First home buyers, check out our website, go through it all, and we can help you with this. Get in touch with us. We'll get you onto a savings plan that'll get you into a new home. All the best. We'll see you next week. From Steve, Adrian, and myself, have a great week. See you next time.